What's up, awesome YouTubers? Rhine1988 or Justin back here to do week 80 on the DVD Fiends for my Saturday review. I'm going to talk about more of a thriller than a horror movie itself. It does have horror movie elements, or a creep factor, and it is based on a popular TV series that came out in 1990 and lasted for 2 seasons. And this film came out a year later after the series ended, and it is a prequel to that series. Now, you probably read the title, and the film I'm going to talk about is Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. Now, like I said, this is a prequel to the, in my opinion, amazing series that came out. And after the series was canceled, after 2 seasons, David Lynch, who was the creator of the series, brought out the film, and the film deals with the character of Laura Palmer, who, in the series, in the pilot episode, she is found on a beach, murdered. She was murdered, and wrapped in plastic. And this film takes place the last days of Laura Palmer, before she was murdered, and it leads towards the end of the film of her death. So it's the last days of her life and what she went through and all the craziness that happened, because this film is nuts. It's a crazy film. It's dark. It's a darker film than the series, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But overall, at first, to be honest, seeing the series first, I thought the series, in my opinion, is a lot better. But at first I thought the film was pretty good, but I've really grown to like this film a lot, over watching it over the past year. Like I said, it's a darker film, and it's because Lynch was able to make the film darker. And if you've seen his previous movies, like one that I have, Blue Velvet, it's a dark film, and he was able to make the film dark, rather, since the series was on TV. I mean, the series is dark, and it's creepy at times, but this is a much darker and strange film than the series. Sheryl Lee comes back as Laura Palmer, and like I said, it deals with her, the last days of her life. But I'm not going to give anything else away, because if I do, I'm going to spoil things. And I must say, I recommend, and I have to say, you have to watch the series before you watch the movie, because like I said, this is a prequel, and if you've watched the movie first, the killer's going to be given away, because Laura is able to find out who the killer is and realizes who the killer is towards this, in the middle of the film. And if you watch the series, for about the whole series, you're wondering who killed Laura Palmer. I mean, there's people that are, you think they did it or they don't. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about that, but it's the series you have to see first before you see the movie, because if you see the movie, it's gonna give away the killer. So, things I liked about this film, I like, Sheryl Lee, of course, coming back as Laura Palmer, and most of the cast from the series coming back, and that's also a bad thing, because some of the cast from the series is not in this movie, and I felt that was disappointing, and I didn't like that at all. And I believe in the documentary, I haven't seen it in a long time, I think most of the cast from the series did film scenes, but it was cut from the film, and they're not in it, but they filmed scenes, but then they were cut. So I believe that's in the documentary. I can't remember. But you do have some familiar faces coming back, but that's a good and bad thing. Like, some of the characters that you love is not in the movie at all. But you have Kyle MacLachlan coming back. He played Agent Cooper in the series. You have Sheryl Lee, like I said, played by Laura Palmer, and then you have, just a couple other familiar faces, and then you have new faces in this film. You have Kiefer Sutherland is in part of the film. You have David Bowie, which I have to complain, because I think David Bowie's great, but he's in the film for a minute. That's the only thing I'm going to give away. He's in the film for a minute. So if you see David Bowie's name, or if you see him on the back of the cover like this, It's just a minute scene, and it doesn't really. I don't know. I don't know. It's a really short scene. But yeah, that's one thing I didn't like about this film. Um, Another thing that I did not like was the fact that the replacement of the character of Donna in the series. In the series, she's played by Laura Flynn Boyle, and in the movie, she's played by Mara Kelly. I can't say her name, but this actress in the movie has been in a couple other things, The Cutting Edge, and a couple other films and TV series. But I thought she did an overall good job in this, but I really would have preferred Laura Flynn Boyle coming back. Now she did not come back on. She did not just do. I think she had scheduling conflicts, and so that's why she didn't come back, or something. I don't know what it was, but I felt that lacked a little bit because you have Sheryl Lee coming back, and Donna's her best friend, and so. I felt like it was kind of disappointing to not see Laura Flynn Boyle back. But, yeah, those are the only problems I could think of right now. Like I said, I recommend checking out the TV series before you check out this film. Overall, if I had to rate the film, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. It's a much darker film. Like I said, watching the movie more, I've grown to like it a lot better than the first time I saw it. But it does. In my opinion, it doesn't beat the series. The series is amazing. This is an awesome, awesome or great film, as I've grown to like it. But the series is, beats this. But I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. There's problems with the film that little problems, but but there's also good things about the film. Lynch was able to make the film darker, and and if you think about it, it would be a darker film because Laura had the last couple of days. She just had a strange, weird things happening to her, and it's supposed to be a dark film. So the DVD comes with actually a original documentary, and it's a pretty good documentary. And it comes with a theatrical trailer, and it's in widescreen. So definitely see the series before you see the movie, but after you see the movie, I recommend checking out the prequel just to see the last couple days of Laura Palmer's life. So that is going to be my review for this Saturday. Come back next Saturday for my next review, and come back this whole week to see some awesome reviews from awesome guys. So I'll talk to you guys later. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. And go eat some Skittles.